What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your girl Sha, and welcome back to the Shaa'Vaee Show. So today I am going to be giving you all a brief recap of season 6, episode 7 of Power, titled "Like Father, Like Son." We got a lot to talk about, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Okay, so Tasha tells Tariq that she is going to teach him the game. Now, I want to know all of your opinions on this matter. Comment below and let me know which parent you are siding with. Do you think that Tasha is correct for volunteering to teach Tariq the game? Or do you think that Ghost is correct for deciding that he just doesn't want that for his son's future, so he's not going to teach Tariq about the game? So let me know your thoughts. And let's keep in mind too, and this is just the purpose of this television show, okay? Just this show. This is not real life. This is not reality. This is just a show. It's scripted. So we're speaking on the basis of all of the information we have about Tariq, Ghost, and Tasha, their household, okay? So let me know what your thoughts are. And let's also think about, how Tariq is, how his interest in being in the streets is just... it has increased for this whole season. So let's just keep that in mind. Ghost and Tommy tell Tariq that this is not the lifestyle that he wants, okay? And they do it by trying to scare him, just so that they can show him the consequences that come with living this kind of lifestyle, as well as the feeling of fear that Tariq will always have, knowing that one day all of this is going to catch up with him. And that can mean he'll either end up in jail or dead. So when Ghost is showing that he's, roughing Tariq up a little bit, I'm like, okay, Ghost, this is exactly what I wanted to see from you. I wanted to see you really be harder on Tariq. It has to be like a scared straight kind of situation, because Tariq is not taking your words into consideration. He's not thinking about the downfalls of this kind of business. He's just thinking about it as, okay, it's quick money, it's fast money, and he's always had protection. He's always had Ghost and Tommy, and now he's trying to really be independent and get into this game on his own, and he's going about it the wrong way. And although he is scared by some of the things that they are showing him, like some of the things that they are doing to him, he still wants to be a part of this lifestyle. So he meets up with Dre, and he asks Dre to provide him with some product, because obviously he doesn't have any, and he doesn't really have his own money. So Dre gives Tariq product. Tariq brings his product home to Tasha. So he and Tasha have this conversation about how she's going to teach him the game, because she just feels like, I'd rather teach it to you and you not try to go out here and do something that you know nothing about. Or it just seems like, I know that you're interested in it, but you're not doing it the right way. So at least if you're going to do it, let me show you how to do it. So he goes to his mother. He asks his mother to help him sell the product. So Tasha agrees, and she tells Tariq that in order for her to really agree with him doing this, he has to be legitimate. So that means he has to go to school or have a legitimate legal job and hustle at the same time. And thanks to Councilman Tate, Tariq is now back in school. Councilman Tate wrote a letter of recommendation for Tariq to attend a different either Catholic or prep school. So Tariq is doing that for right now. And Tasha tells Tariq, listen, as long as you don't lie to me, I will have your back, and I will teach you how to run the game. And I will teach you how to be better than how Ghost was in his prime. So we're going to see how this plays out, and how Ghost and Tommy feel when they find out that Tasha agreed to teach Tariq the game. Let's not forget, y'all, that all of them right now is selling. Okay? They're selling. Tasha's doing her thing. Tariq is about to do his thing with Tasha, and I'm going to get into Ghost and what he now has to do, because he was trying to be clean. Tommy's product is missing from the warehouse, and so are a few items that were stolen during the robbery at Councilman Tate's fundraiser. So we all know what happened last episode, right? So Keisha comes into the warehouse where Tilt, BJ, and the rest of Tommy's employees are. And she finds out that there's product and items missing, so she automatically blames Tilt and the rest of the crew because she's like, you are the only people that know about this place and you're the only people that know where the products and items were stored. So long story short, Tilt and Keisha get into a heated argument and he winds up putting his hands on Keisha. So he grabs Keisha. So Keisha goes home and she tells Tommy what happened, thus resulting in Tommy relieving Tilt and his other employees from their duties besides BJ. So now I don't think that that's necessarily the only reason why Tommy got rid of Tilt and the rest of, the crew. I think it's because, one, they don't really have product like that. Two, Tilt is kind of like a hothead. He asks a lot of questions and Tommy likes to, be in charge. And I feel like he's starting to feel as if Tilt is becoming a liability. Not that Tilt will become like a rat or a snitch or anything like that, but he's just, a little bit too much in Tommy's business. And we know that Tommy does not like, anyone too close to him like that, okay? So in this episode, there's a lot of people who are coming for Keisha, okay? So Keisha tells Tommy that he needs to stay away from Tariq and that Tariq can't be trusted because she thinks that Tariq was the one who stole product from Tommy's warehouse in Brooklyn. Now we know from 2 episodes ago that Tariq did in fact steal from Tommy. So Tommy, because he really loves Tariq and because that's his godson and his family, Tommy doesn't, he's not taking Keisha's word for it. And he's like, I just feel like Kanan and Ghost messed up Tariq's head. He's going to get back on the right track. So Tariq tells Ghost that he believes that Keisha knows that he stole from Tommy's warehouse and that he's afraid that Keisha's going to tell Tommy. So Ghost pays Keisha a visit and gives her a check and basically gives her 2 options. Option 1 is you stay here, you live in the street life, or option 2, you take this money, you can take your son and have a better life. You can move somewhere high. That's what he said. Go somewhere high. Just get out of this, this area, or you're gonna dig yourself into a hole that you can't get out of. At the same time that Ghost is trying to get Keisha to move out of town, Tilt is also planning to scare Keisha so that she's no longer a part of what's going on at the warehouse with Tommy, and because that's Tommy's girlfriend, and Tommy, we can tell that Tommy's in love at this point, so he wants his girlfriend to be involved, but his employees want her out, or his former employees I should say. So Tilt arranges for this guy to come to Keisha's shop and scare her. However, things take a turn for the worst when Keisha goes into her purse and she takes out the weapon that Tommy gave to her to hold for him. She takes it out, she uses it on the guy who comes into her shop, and she ends up killing the guy. Tommy comes to Keisha's shop to help her clean up and just make sure she's okay. And there Keisha expresses her feelings about how she wants out of the street life. She doesn't want to be hiding from people and dealing with this violence and drugs and all of this, that, and the third. And that she wants to live in the suburbs in a nice house where she can raise her son and he can live in a nice neighborhood. So before we know it, Tommy done bought Keisha a house. Now, we're going to see how long that lasts because we know Tommy got a temper. We know Keisha has goals and deadlines for where she want to be, who she wants Tommy to be around, and how she wants things to go. So Tommy's crew, or should I say former crew, they come up with a plan to try to kill Dre. So they take Dre to the warehouse, they tie him up and all of this, that, and the third. Tilt and the other guy decide to leave, and BJ's there. So Andre's telling BJ, I need to use your phone to call my daughter, and just anything that could get him to make BJ vulnerable. So at that point, Andre grabs BJ's weapon and winds up killing BJ. And this is all in the warehouse. So one thing that we know about Andre is that although a lot of us are so tired of him and we're just like, somebody needs to get rid of him, Andre is really a savage. And I think we can all agree that Dre he's one of those people who just moves. Like, he's very disloyal. You don't know whether he's on your side, he's not on your side, because he's just looking out for self. And I kind of feel like that's the kind of hustler Tariq is going to be too. Like, just looking out for self. You have no loyalty to anyone, because you don't have loyalty to your father, you don't have loyalty to your godfather. I don't know if you're gonna be loyal to your mom, but we will see. But I just feel like Dre and Tariq kind of have the same moves. Like, they just have no loyalty. So Dre at this point is still in the show. He's still showing us that he is a survivor, that he is, regardless of what situation he is put in, he is going to get out of. Now, Derek, who I believe is Councilman Tate's campaign manager, finds out that Councilman Tate is bumping and grinding with his wife. And obviously, he says he wants to take this story to the public. And because Councilman Tate is running for governor, we don't want him to get caught up in this scandal, because it'll be bad for his campaign. So Councilman Tate asks Ghost if he could deal with Derek for him. Now, whatever Councilman Tate had in mind, Ghost did not, because Ghost did the complete opposite. So instead of Ghost being who we thought he was going to be, or at least who Councilman Tate thought he was going to be, as far as roughing Derek up, Ghost decides to instead make Derek the project manager of the Queen's Project, and he also asked Councilman Tate to increase Derek's salary. I feel like that's a good deal. Okay, you did what you did with my wife. It seems like my wife, was kind of playing me all along anyway. But at least he still got a job and he got a salary increase. Nothing can replace what Councilman Tate has done, but it didn't get bad as we thought it would be. Detective Cooper Sachs is now under investigation after Rodriguez and Warner find out that Cooper planted a bug on Elisa Marie's bag, which has the audio of Proctor letting his wife die from an overdose. And I guess Cooper was trying to get information about Proctor's relationship to Ghost and how he's helping him so that he can eventually throw the both of them, or all of them, or anyone involved in jail. However, it did not turn out to be that way. So now Cooper is on administrative leave and is under investigation, because that is against the law to plant a bug and then you use plant a bug on someone and then you use their daughter to do so. So Cooper Sachs is in some trouble. That means that possibly Andre is off the hook for now, but it looks like Rodriguez is really deep into the St. Patrick's and what has gone on with Angela Valdez's death. Last but not least, Tommy and Ghost are forced to work with each other after Jason tells them he needs them to move product together and that neither one of them have the right to harm the other. And if one person does not come out alive, the other person won't come out either. So we're gonna see how this plays out next episode with Ghost and Tommy working together. I think that it is a great way to end the season or end the show, because we started off Power with Ghost and Tommy being inseparable, being brothers, being the best of friends, and I think we want it to end that way too. I would hate for it to end and Tommy and Ghost have not mended their relationship. Now, my prediction is that Tommy and Ghost might have to team up against Tariq and possibly Tasha. I don't know, but I just feel like there's a lot that's going to happen within the next couple of episodes. I'm just curious to see how this house with Keisha and Tommy go as well. So that's pretty much it. Brief recap. So I'll be back next week with more power. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what your thoughts are on Tariq being taught the game. Is Tasha in the right or in the wrong? Is Ghost in the right or in the wrong? Are they doing enough for Tariq? Is this what they could, all they could do for Tariq? Let me know in the comments below. All right, y'all. Thank you for rocking with your girl once again. I can't wait to see you all next week. Bye now.